Right, kind of a review, and well, going to kind of do two things in this video. We're going to review this knife which I recently got, and at the same time, or after this part, I'm going to skin the two geese, or one of the geese on video, with this knife. Now this is a knife I got called a KBAR Bacon Maker. There is another one called a piggyback which is pretty similar. Now so far as I know, these have been designed by KBAR as kind of skinning knives. Now I never knew KBAR did any other knives. I thought they just did the USMC one, whatever you call it. And when I saw this I thought, oh, that's pretty decent. And I got this from the same place I got the cold steel from, which was Kilkenny Knife and Tool. And like I said before, the prices there are in euros. You might have to do some working out on this. In euros it's 19.95. 19 euros 95, with roughly 10 euros postage. And it comes pretty quick. It took 2 to 3 days, which is good enough for me. I think they send it by UPS or whatever, which is pretty decent, so you kind of get it guaranteed, whatever. I'll just run you through a few things. I don't know everything about it. I'm not sure what type of steel this is. It just says 5598, if that means anything. KBAR. It's kind of got this plastic scales, but inside, if you look again, it's metal lined. So you might look at that and think, oh, plastic, but it's not. It's metal lined inside. It's lock-in with your lock there. It is about 8 inches long with a 3.5 inch blade. Lock-in, so it wouldn't be legal to carry all the time, but I like this knife. It's decent, and I'm going to skin the geese with it so you can actually see it in action. The blade is, someone told me I shouldn't keep doing this, and what I'm about to do, measure it in inches that way and then millimeters this way. It is about, I think it's nearly 3 mil thick at the widest point, I think. Just about 3 mil. Double thumb studs, whatever you call it. You can take the pocket clip off, change it and put it the other side, which I don't like the pocket clip where it's on the same side as your hand. So I'd rather take that off and put that this side, for me personally. See how sharp it is. I have used this already. I might have dulled it a bit. Seems I dulled it down the bottom here somewhere. But that shouldn't be nothing to sharpen. So got that from Kilkenny Knife and Tool. Good place to get knives from. I quite enjoy that. You know, good site. Loads of knives. Helpful. If you ask for things, they get them for you. Black coated blade, whatever. Right, so as I can't think of much more to say about that, I'll get on to skinning the goose, and then you can actually see it in action. Right, I'm going to use the KBAR Bacon Maker to skin these geese. I might just do one on video. No point doing both of them. I know this is probably going to seem a bit weird saying this, but I'm going to wear gloves doing these purely because I may have to keep turning the camera on and off. I don't normally wear gloves when I'm skinning anything, only reason being because if you're going to be out in the wild in a survival situation, you might as well get used to it, because that's probably how you're going to be doing it with bare hands. So you might as well practice doing it with bare hands, get that feeling. And that sounds weird, but a lot of people don't like all that kind of stuff, squeamish and whatever. Now these were given to me by someone who shot them. Now the Bacon Maker and the piggyback are supposed to be like dedicated skinning knives. I'll keep some of these feathers. See if I can take one of these wings off. Take it off at the joint. I found the joint. You just got to cut through the tendons, and then it won't make it so hard to do. Sorry, I should have said before this that if you're squeamish, don't watch. Find the joint and then cut around it. And then you can just break that over. Pretty tough, these kind of animals are. But if you do it the right way, you can do it. Now hopefully later I'll be able to take some of the feathers. There's a joint there. The feathers on this are so thick, it's unbelievable. This bit's awkward. Just cover that over for any squeamish people. Unbelievable how thick the feathers are on this. Well, I just cut through the breast meat, which I didn't want to do. Looks like this is going to be one with the skin. Clings on tough, like a squirrel. Now this knife is razor sharp. And these skin on this really wants to cling on. Some animals, like a rabbit, just seem to go easy. This is pretty tough. So what I'm doing is just like fleshing it. We're pulling it over and you see like these bits where it kind of clinging on, you can see them on there. And just cutting through those. Looks like that's where it's shot down there, or part of it. Mind you, that knife, it's a good knife, ideal for this. There's one of the balls wrapped up in a bit of feather there. They're quite big ones, big BBs that were shot with. You don't mind? Let's see if I can yank this off a bit. I don't think you could do the old pulling it, you know, the pheasant trick where you pull it down, hold it down by the wings and pull it up. I don't think that would work with this. Now I suppose, depends on how much meat or whatever you wanted, you probably could get it this far and cut these breasts off. Cut these off and just have those if you didn't want any other part of it. just going to pause the video a minute. I'm going to carry on. I don't want to take too long doing this, and then I'll come back to it in a minute. Right, well, I got the rest of the skin off, and I took the back legs off because by the time I'd got that far with them, it looked like, well, they'd been badly shot or something, or blood had travelled down and gone all into the legs. So don't be too squeamish, but that's as far as I've got it with that knife. And all I did was just carried on what I was doing, working my way down until I got that far. Cut the legs off. The legs was very black though, look. If you can see there. Very black. A lot of blood. These have been hanging for a little while, a lot of blood down there. I've left those like that. But this is what I got. I've pulled the guts out. That's the windpipe. Not going to lie, that was a bit of a chore. That was quite hard to do. But that's good enough to eat, I reckon, definitely. I might cut this bottom bit off. Don't really need this bottom bit. But that's that. All done with the KBAR Bacon Maker. And like I said, designed solely for skinning animals, I reckon. Well, not solely, but you know, designed for that. And supposed to be designed like this, so easy to clean, etc. I'll give it a clean in a minute and see how it comes out. Right, I'll give it a bit of a clean up in the sink using a sponge and some washing up liquid, whatever, and it's got that nice and clean. What I'd forgotten to say, or I may have said it, but it says on like the websites I've seen that KBAR had designed this knife as a skinning knife, but also a knife which is easy to clean. So skin your animal covered in blood, one piece scales, I suppose, that you could just clean easily, and it did. It cleaned up nice and good. I'll have a quick go on a bit of paper again, see if I dulled it at all. Looks like I dulled it a bit, because I did hit some bone. That shouldn't be too hard to sharpen. So, got that from Kilkenny Knife and Tool, 19.95 euros. €10 postage. You'll have to do the working out on what that is in pounds or whatever. Seems like a decent knife to me. I'll definitely probably take that down the woods and stuff. Good size, good feel to it. Yeah. Right. That's the KBAR Bacon Maker. Right, I'll take that down the woods and do some kind of bushcrafty stuff with it as well. Alright, cheers for watching. I'll see you later. If you liked that video, then why don't you share it with your friends, and also if you want to see regular videos like this, then subscribe to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to get full notifications for my channel, go to this little gear symbol next to where it says subscribed, click on that, and here where it says send me all notifications for this channel, click on that and then save it.